This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
All right, let's put the cards in the air. The who, what, where, when, and why with Dealer's Choice Talkbacks. And yours truly, I hope we get some hard. I hope we get some hard ones. 3-2. I hope we get some hard ones. Talkers that are controversial and make us all think, but listen and think in unified fashion, thus amplifying a love covenant. This is a Steve's Appliances Marathon segment. Tomorrow is the final day of the excellent Memorial Day sale. So if you need something, you're going to love the people of Steve's Appliances. I mean, we got like Frigidaire, GE, and so much more. These are the kindest people you will meet. And given they promote guaranteed low prices, put them to their word. Put them to their word. If they say guaranteed low prices, make them prove it. StevesAppliances.com. StevesAppliances.com. Check out the options at StevesAppliances.com. Thank you for the marathon, and here they are.
Good morning, PA and Nordo. This is Thomas from Chanhassen here. I just want to say that I think the Timberwolves should absolutely trade for Kevin Durant. If we wanted to continue to be a fringe Western Conference Finals team, then sure, we can do that, knock it over the hump, whatever. But I don't think people quite understand what having Kevin Durant on this roster would do for Anthony Edwards and his entire career.
Appreciate the talk back. As scenarios like this go, it maybe there wasn't enough time. And two, I haven't thought enough about this to be like, all right, I thought like Talkback Tommy or maybe Nordo or maybe many others. It's like I've analyzed, because I've watched him a lot, what I think of Kevin Durant and what I think of Kevin Durant on this team. But I guess the question would be, what would be the compensation? What would we have to give up? And like I saw something on the tweet machine last night that was like Julius Randle. Not so you'd have to Julius would have to pick up his player option at 30. Nas, I guess maybe pick up his player option at 15, which has about a 2% chance to it. Or maybe somehow it's crafted and or concocted via the aggressive aprons where he knows what he's going to make when he gets to Phoenix. And then Rob Dillingham was in the mix. Now, I'm not trying to make Rob Dillingham, the former Kentucky Wildcat, sound like a cross between Devin Booker and Eric Bledsoe. But when you draft somebody at 19, if you ain't willing to wait until they're 21 or 22 for them to hit full stride, then why'd you take them in the first place? So there's nothing, at least for my taste, that I pulled from Rob Dillingham last year where I'm like, that's it. That's it right there. That's the new age Rajon Rondo / Tiny Archibald.
I think that's why people are so comfortable using him in these conversations.
But also on the other side of it, and this goes back to Kentucky, I don't see anything with his 3 game or, it's that. I'm just going to leave it right there because as he grows, as he matures, it's just amazing, truly. Just think about having children where, now granted, they're 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. But like when I saw J.J. McCarthy at the organized team activity last Friday, I looked at Spearfish Sammy and I'm like, he's gotten taller.
I always love that one.
Because young people grow. J.J. McCarthy got taller.
He grew an inch.
Most adorable thing I've ever seen in my life. Look at this kid. I don't want to do touchdown calls. I want to hug him. He's phenomenal. So Dillingham also physically and mentally will grow. He is so athletically gifted. He is so twitchy and fast.
Yeah, that was Finch last week. It's going to be awesome a couple of weeks from now when we have Finch in studio to talk about Dillingham, because I think if you just took the way that Finch, because he kind of went down the list as part of the, kind of people cleaning out their lockers, kind of the season is over in memoriam type vibe with the scrum last week, is if you just kind of read without any other context or thought how he spoke of Dillingham, you would feel that it was disappointing that, especially for a fan base, why can't we see more Terrence Shannon Jr., for instance? Why wasn't Jalen Clark deployed in these areas? And maybe chief among that when it was all done is, hey, the cat we traded picks for and moved up and took 8th overall, he was a complete non-factor. And from October, when we see him in the gym at Mayo Health Clinic Center, the practice facility, to now, well, did anything get better? Well, I know the kid, and Finch talked about it. Like he maybe thinks too much. He's got to be more decisive in his offensive game. Defensively, has to be more active. Clearly, very much still a project that, given what you put into it, I don't think that they're ready to give up on quite yet. But that is to say, the point guard spot with Conley at his age, that needs to be better in 2025 and 26. So.
Rob Dillingham turned 20 years of age.
In January.
Yeah, in January. Terrence Shannon Jr., 24? I think he's 24 years of age. And, they both played in big-time conferences for, relatively big-time teams, if you want to consider Illinois a big-time team. Kentucky's basketball immortality.
Yeah.
So, Terrence Shannon Jr. has filled out more and just physically looks more like a man competing against grown men in the NBA than Rob Dillingham. I'm telling you, weight programs and just natural maturation physically and mentally is only going to help him.
Yeah.
I can't put Rob Dillingham in a high leverage situation at this moment off what I've seen. But again, my take, for what it's worth, and my talkback Tommy suggestion, or if I were to do it, it would be like, well, why'd you draft him at age 19 if you weren't willing to wait?
Right.
To see what, gets better. And, Anthony Edwards really enjoys both of them. He's very praiseworthy of Rob Dillingham. At least he was early in the season. So that's kind of a non-player for me there, included in trades. But when it comes to Kevin Durant, I wrestled with this a little bit this weekend because I've been a Kevin Durant fan, like many, from afar for many years. Now, in remembering when the Timberwolves ousted the Phoenix Suns a couple of years ago in the playoffs, thinking back to some of the things that we saw and shared either via the Talkback option or here into the microphone at KFAN, one thing that really surprised me about Kevin, and I looked for it last year too, and it was prevalent. Old people don't necessarily like to get into the key and bang around for rebounds. Okay? Now, there was a time that Durant, as we would say in the league freak world, 8-category player.
Yeah.
He's an 8-cat.
He did it all.
Which means he's going to average a high volume of points on elite field goal percentage with a lot of shots in games. It's going to get to the line 7 times or more, and he's basically going to hit them all. He'll get you 5-6 assists a game, maybe 7, 8, 9-ish rebounds a game. He's going to steal it once, and he's going to block it once. I think the blocks have come back a little bit, but if Kevin's engaged, he'll block your shot. So I'm not necessarily worried about, hey, even though this guy's going to the Hall of Fame, he's old and he's right at the end of his career, let's isolate him and expose him. Now, that happens more now than it used to with Kevin Durant. The thing that got me a little bit with Kevin is when others were shooting, you just never see him run into the key and look to grab rebounds amongst the trees.
Right.
Why? Because old people don't like contact like that. So that part of his game is, it for me, just with this series, man, it was virtually non-existent.
Booker launches it from 30, and Durant just kind of turns around and starts walking back the other way.
Right.
Hopefully it goes in, but if it doesn't, you're not expecting a lot of boards from him.
With Kevin, he can score. He still can score so effortlessly at times. The quick twitch on the 3, it doesn't. He unfurls it, but it's not as quick as it used to be. And from an offensive rebounding standpoint, or the putbacks and stuff like that, we just talked about that. But Kevin can score.
Yeah.
So now you get into the next layer of it. Well, what about defense? All right. I don't, there are a couple things here with what about defense in the NBA? Now, this Oklahoma City Thunder team is proving out to be one of the best defensive teams in the history of the NBA. I mean, we're talking all of them, man, because they stop you from so many different angles. And that turnover differential, which is around plus 100 with like 16 playoff games, well, that's immortality. So they take it and they don't give it away. I mean, this is an all-timer that we ran into in the Western Conference Finals. They can be beat, and I do like Indiana at, plus 4.5 to 1, but it ain't like, dip into the 401k and ship it in.
You just want a piece of that if it goes the right way.
Yeah. I would, as B would say, I think there's value in that.
Oh, 100% there is.
I have a ton of respect for Indiana and Rick Carlisle. And Dagnall is very good. Carlisle's quite experienced, and he's quite good too when he has ample time to get ready for things. It's the Pacers, they just the flurries they unfurl at times offensively and defensively are unbelievable. I mean, 3 after 3 after 3 after 3, steal after steal after steal. Oh, wait, we had to do that because we were down 12. Now we've taken the lead by 2. Now we're down 6. Now we're up 8. I mean, this isn't a basketball team. It's an emotional whirlwind.
I'm just curious how much different that's going to be in the finals, though. I mean, part of the reason those games were so close defensively, I don't think the Knicks can't hold a candle to what SGA and company are going to unleash on them.
Right.
But it's instructive to watch these teams there where we were kind of in awe, or at least we had to respect the fact that Dagnall's bench was 5-6 deep when it needed to be.
I was in awe.
And same.
Because I watched the whole Denver series, and what we saw, I left it with 2 takes. I've never had, I respect and love Joker, Nikola Jokic. My level of respect for him is a 12 of 10.
Yeah.
After how he almost single-handedly stretched that thing by himself. And secondly, damn, these guys are deep and fast. Holy cow.
It's crazy. And similarly, I mean, you can kind of, okay, so Naz Reid on the Pacers was Miles Turner, and Miles Turner did a lot of the things that we've needed Naz to do, and he's done them, except when he didn't do them in the playoffs. So you got Miles Turner. You got the secondary shooting where DiVincenzo was in and out, but man, Neesmith was good, man. You had those secondary players. O'Connell. Is it TJ McConnell? Excuse me. He's rolling in. He had 13 dimes in a game or something ridiculous like that. We've watched him LFL style pull off nights like that many a time. So they're so deep, they're so gifted, and the things that got them there showed out. But this defense, man, this Dagnall defense is so incredible. I will have a little bit of a taste on the 4.5 to 1 myself. I saw it. I think it was like plus 530 on FanDuel, something like. So I would definitely.
Well, Rubes are going to crush OKC
if it's north of 5 to 1. But yeah. Vegas might.
I'm tripping right now.
They might add a resort to the mix off of this, of this Indy line.
Yeah, and they're going to call it Thunder now downtown Las Vegas. I'm missing a starter here for the Pacers, and it should be obvious. Halliburton, Turner, Nembhard. Neesmith sometimes. Oh, Siakam. Yeah, Pascal Siakam.
Oh, how could I not mention him?
The MVP
in the tournament. How good is he been?
I like what you did there. Because if you look at what's upcoming for Oklahoma City, 10-20, good morning. I mean, you can't go. You can, but crafting it's fun, but it's tricky. If you go point for point, well, that conversation's over. I mean, and we love Mike Conley, but
right.
Halliburton's younger and quite honestly, he's better. So if you go superstar for superstar, you got Edwards, but who do you use for them? Halliburton or Siakam?
Ooh.
See, it's tough. I'd say Halliburton because he's the quarterback and he has the ball most.
It would be.
Okay.
It would be Halliburton.
Okay. Now, Tyrese.
Randall and Siakam.
That's good. Turner and Gobert. Now, in this series.
He's the 5?
Yeah. And they start.
Okay.
Turner beats Gobert. in this scenario because this is extremely controversial. Civil servant delivering the mail on the east side, don't pull off the road. Miles Turner's a better shot blocker than Rudy Gobert.
Oh my gosh.
And I know Rudy is shot blocking immortality, but
Miles Turner's led the league, it feels like a handful of years maybe.
Rudy's shot blocking has fallen off. I mean, the fives and the sixes and the fours, you know what I'm saying? They're just now the rebounding, he can get you a 24 and a 20.
Is that an adjustment? Is that just an evolution of we're figuring out ways to be better in the mid-range. We're going to shoot more threes against this team.
That's a fair question. I mean, what do I look like, Mike Nori?
I always love that one.
I mean, it's a great question, but Miles, there you go.
Yeah.
Miles can stretch the floor and hit threes. So we're not talking about preferred players or people we would have.
Right.
We're just talking about, I mean, we got dusted.
Kind of 1-to-1, yeah.
We got, honestly, with all due respect, we got killed in this series.
We did.
There was that one game, 128-126. Smiley and I were in attendance Memorial Day night, and I've talked to some people about that game saying, if this just happened.
Yeah.
No. They were the right side in that game the whole way.
Yep.
They were up 7, 8, or 9. Then we go on a flurry. DiVincenzo's out of his mind. Good. Hits a 3 at 79-79. That's one of those, you can't let the final score be the indicator of truly how closely matched you think the teams are.
And Nikhil kind of had to blow up in that game. I think that was game 4.
Yes,
Nikhil, 20-some points, something like that.
Yep.
And
Nikhil's not afraid. All right. And I'm not saying, I'm not going to identify, I don't know who's afraid and who's not.
Yeah.
But you can watch Nickeil Alexander play the game. Now, during the Lakers series, he wasn't a bargain. Okay, and I'm not even going to praise his defense because there were myriad times either in attendance at home or watching it on TV in the Lakers and Warriors series. I mean, I swear I saw Finchie yelling at Nickeil Alexander Walker when somebody would hit a wide open corner 3.
Right.
So now what's the next level deduction on that? That he was supposed to be in that spot. I'm guessing, but Nickeil, man, he's a class act. He's just sheer class, and he can stretch the floor. I think there's more natural point guard in Nickeil Alexander Walker than the way he's utilized. And I ain't trying to be Bill Fitch, Casey Jones, Dick Motta on this thing. I just know he can handle the ball, and he has some size to him. So I don't, I'm not going to put him in the category of Tyrese Halliburton handling the ball or being a true point, but I think I will be saddened if Nickeil Alexander Walker is not on this team next year.
Yeah.
Where it's almost like, and I don't bring this up with those of the analytical bent and variety, and like Dane Moore. Okay, I love Dane, man, and he was just a vital asset to 9 to noon during the postseason. But there's an analytical group where, yes, I know Naz is tall. Yes, I know, generally speaking, tall people can't handle the basketball the way Naz Reid does. I also know that there were certain facets of games where, with all due respect, I wish he wasn't on the team.
Yeah.
And that took place in the Western Conference Finals. Now, he's not the only one. But you're talking about a $15 million player option. That's somebody's going to at least double that. I mean, he's going to get a lot.
I've seen him already linked to the Pistons.
Oh, geez.
So it's just, it's rumor mill stuff.
Mm-hmm. Now, I want Naz on the team, man. Okay. Ain't nobody saying get Naz off the team. It's just, if you're going to bring Naz Reid back, that's my opinion. And I'm no modern day Jack Ramsey, but I do own plaid pants. If you're going to bring back Naz Reid, start him. Naz Reid is at his best when he starts. Now, I know we're talking about 6th man of the year.
Yeah.
Did he catch lightning in a bottle? Which one is the lightning in the bottle? 6th man of the year or the 24 a game he averaged in 3 against OKC when he started? Where's the lightning in the bottle? I think he has advanced. If whomever pays Naz Reid, you ain't going to pay somebody $20, $25, $30 million to come off the bench.
Right.
So he's going to start somewhere else. I don't mind him starting here. He doesn't pass as well as Julius. They both dribble incredibly well. Julius is a better passer. Naz is more trustworthy from 3, for my taste. Julius, better rebounder. I think Julius will get to the line more. But see, I think that's next for Naz Reid, the rebounding part. Is when you're that big and that athletic, you got to get more than 2.5, 3.5 rebounds a game, and in certain situations, you know?
Well, first of all, I don't think it was lightning in a bottle with him at all. I mean, he has been incredibly consistent the last 2 seasons. Mm-hmm. Now, you can jump into, stats per 36 minutes or per 100% possessions and such. But for instance, I mean, career high in points. He played 3 more minutes a game, shot 46 instead of 47%. Little light on the 3 percentage this year, but otherwise rebounds were up a tick, had an extra assist a game, and ultimately again career high, 14 and change from the points perspective.
Yeah.
Like this ain't a guy catching lightning in a bottle. This is what we get from Naz during the regular season is I think what we're going to continue to get. Mm-hmm. Now, do you love that from the idea? Can you parse that out into 35 minutes a game, 36 minutes a game, instead of what he's been getting?
Well,
but the rebounds and stuff like that extends the conversation to what does it truly look like when he and Rudy are on the court? Who's taking boards away from him? How does that impact his positioning? Because you look at a team like the Indiana Pacers, and again, it's these, it's matchups. There are way more that goes into this than just going player for player, which maybe is part of the analytics. I mean, where it's just you take the human element out of it. You just look at box scores and deep dive numbers and just say this will work. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But you look at them working with a Miles Turner at the 5 versus the Minnesota Timberwolves using a more true stone cold center.
Yeah.
Well, how do you look at that in the years to come? Are you tired of talking about Rudy's hands every postseason and how that ball just won't stay in his hands? Those sorts of things. So I think, but if Naz is going to be here, I agree. Naz should absolutely start.
Now, lightning in a bottle might not have been the right way to put it, but you can't be both. A full-time starter and or a 6th man of the year.
Yeah.
So one of them will have some aberration to it. It's like he truly is better here. And aberration is probably not the right word either, but from a role standpoint, he wants to get paid. Somebody's going to pay him, and ain't nobody going to pay that kind of dollar and bring him off the bench.
Correct.
So the question is that here? And man, he's played 36 playoff games. Damn. Yeah, it's all the way back to 2022. Man, Naz has played, so he's had 2 games between 20 and 29 points, 18 between 10 and 19, and 16 between 0 and 9 points. I can't find his averages here in the postseason, which is what I was looking for. Now, Naz Reid, if you compensate Naz Reid, you're compensating him to hit 3 or 4 3-pointers every single playoff game.
Yeah, and he's only, so I found it, so his averages go down a little bit. His shooting percentage actually goes up. He shot 50% from the floor this year. Only hit 1.5 triples a game.
Not good enough.
In the postseason. His rebounds went down from 6 to 4.5.
Not good enough.
Almost an assist less a game.
Yep.
And he was averaging 10 points.
Yep, and 10 points in his career in the postseason?
10. Well, it's 9.9 through his 36 games, but the last 2 in particular.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he's 11 points a game last year.
Analytics and shove them up your butt, seriously. I'm not kidding you, man. I get so sick of that sometimes outside of baseball. I mean, he's a 38% shooter from 3 in the playoffs, and this is not a small sample size. So the reason, what
was that 0 for 12, 0 for 13? I mean, how much in those 2 games alone did he absolutely crater his average?
Right, immensely. Wow,
I'm not arguing your point.
No.
Yeah.
I'm saying immensely with the crater. Give him some slack. No, because he wants to get paid, and those games were in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
What's next? The NBA Finals.
Right.
And you're playing a lot. So, okay, in closing here, what about free throws? Let's see.
Is he getting to the line? Let me see. He's making just over a free throw a game versus, and that's not much different than regular season. Yeah. He doesn't get to the line a lot.
Cool. But he's tall and he can dribble. And, the analytics world gets it. We'll be right back.
morning, PA. Nordo, I'm going to be very critical right now on Jaden McDaniels. There's a lot of fans saying that he is untouchable. You're absolutely out of your mind. That flat 3-ball that he has was the same thing last year in the Dallas series. They left him wide open in the corners, and more often than not, he was going to miss it. I just don't think that his defense alone threads the needle, to make us a championship contender. So he is definitely on the table for a trade if the trade is right.
And the deal he signed within the last couple of years. Yeah, I'm on board with that. And 9 to Noon shared after the Wolves lost, and sometimes we'll be preaching to ourselves, where when seasons end, there is going to be a certain group of those impassioned and those who care, who are going to be like, well, I don't care anymore. Just trade Anthony Edwards. Just trade them all, cut them all, start over. Then there's going to be another side that, and I've been guilty of this with certain teams, but specifically the Vikings, where I fall in love with a player and or a take and or things that I know I've seen, and I hold on to him too long. Yeah. So, but that's not, that's not the case with me with Jaden McDaniels. And again, it's don't kill the dealer for having a metaphorical lace up the sleeve and you think the dealer is cheating. Don't kill the messenger here. When we're throwing out dealer's choice talkbacks, I was like, anybody interested in trading Jaden McDaniels to see what you can get? And his defense, analytically speaking, is really good. And arms Maui to Maine. Yes, we see it all. But we also saw the functioning clankathon with wide open corner threes against OKC. So for me, it's when I see a coach, and a couple of examples here would be, well, McVay against the Vikings last year in the postseason, and some things that were done that led to wholesale changes to the interior of the Vikings offensive line, where they were like, you better fix this. Okay. Yeah. And they were right. So now the team has made what it believes to be appropriate changes. I referenced it yesterday. The Dallas Stars coach Pete DeBoer. I mean, what the Stars did to the Wild a couple of years ago, it should have been a felony in 48 states. I mean, they just couldn't get out of their own way. Kind of like the Wolves this year against OKC with Dagnall and our guy. Yeah. And then so how do you fix that? But with McDaniels and or Naz Reid, I'm just not so married to some individual things they have to their skill set that are out of the ordinary. A 7-footer, 6'10", whatever, who can dribble and hit threes. All right, ain't a ton of those in the league. Actually, there are, but Naz is more accomplished than them. Jaden's defense. Okay, well, nobody can handle Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So I'm not going to be mad at Jaden McDaniels. Nobody one-on-one can handle him. But that was terrible. I mean, that just wasn't close. So now what are the layers here? What are we getting from this for what we're paying? And are they so enamored with individual characteristics of somebody's skill set where they become married to them in essence, and they are not seeking a divorce because this is our guy we found, this is our guy we raised, and this is our guy with whom we're going to win or lose. Yeah. And if that's the case, fine, because the general manager gets the benefit of the doubt from me because things that he's doing are working. Terrence Shannon Jr. has a chance. I mean, it's you have this tidal wave of thunder, blue, orange, and white coming down on you, and the rookie came into the game, like I said, like a ball of rolling butcher knives. Mm-hmm. He just wasn't afraid. No, he wasn't. And Oklahoma City took note. Now Jalen Clark can be that too, but he can't score. At least he can't score now. Terrence Shannon Jr. can score. Dillingham can beat you off the dribble. He went like 20, 25 appearances this year, playing maybe 5 to 15 minutes a game. My man didn't get to the line one time. And I think I brought it up to Finch. when Dillingham was playing a little more because of injuries. He just wasn't getting to the line. Well, that's a required trait for a point guard playing more than 20 minutes a game.
Yeah.
Getting to the line.
Yep.
And he'll do that. The 3 game, I can't say it'll ever be there, but as I said during the OKC series, yeah, Shea will have games where he hits 4 of 6 threes, but those are the outliers. Shea doesn't want to shoot 3. So not every point guard who's high end wants to shoot 3.
Well, and Finch even talked about, like, he has to be ready to shoot. So when he gets the ball, there's a consistency from just the idea of the motion, having your feet set. Like, the NBA is a little bit quicker, so you have to be ready to launch that thing within a millisecond of catching that. And those are the types of things, it feels like there's some heavy polishing that needs to go on with Dillingham's game. Terrence Shannon Jr., by the way, he'll get you 3 boards, he'll get you 3 buckets, and he'll get you 3 fouls, all in 3 minutes. To the talkback machine we go.
Hey, PA, I think you need to add a little Mexican soccer announcer to your call.
And
JJ drops back. It's JJ on the run. 15, 10, 5, score!
How long can he hold it?
Whoa. Damn. Hey. I think we had a baby in the background giggling, too. That was, Skull!
Face turning red.
I'm dribbling on myself now. Old people do that. Okay. I mean, I'm wearing a Life is Good t-shirt, and the second O in good now is a perfect circular piece of slobber.
There was some spittle.
No, spittle. This is flat slobber.
Hey, PA and Nordo, Shane and Fargo. Super Bowl slogan for you. How about from playoff devastation to Super Bowl jubilation? That's all I got, guys. Bye.
From playoff devastation to Super Bowl jubilation. Let's write that one down.
I like it.
PA Nordo, what's up? It's your boy Papa Taco, slinging them hot tenders at Dave's Hot Chicken here again. Anyways, let's get Durant. Let's get LeBron to opt out. Let's go. 3 of the gold medal winners from the Olympics on one team. Ain't nobody stopping us. I'm talking 81-1, son. Let's go.
Papa Taco, with all due respect, because we love you. And we love hearing you on the talkback apparatus. But I mean, my man may be getting like a $20 a day bonus for each time he's able to drop Dave's Hot Chicken.
Yeah, how about that?
Into a talkback and it's actually played. And then when the host of the show actually regurgitates it, we double it. And you get 40, Papa Taco. Slinging them hot tenders. Appreciate you. Anything else?
What's up, boys? The Hoops Guru from Falcon Height. Conley's not going to make any stupid trades like the stupid Dillingham, Nas Reed thing for an old Kevin Durant. I'm okay with trading for Kevin Durant, but Conley's going to do it in his way. He's not going to give up, more than an asset or 2 for Durant at this age. And that whole thing is convoluted and ridiculous. So, it's a possibility. Conley, all day, baby.
Yeah, Conley had a postseason press conference yesterday and just had a lot of interesting things to take. I'm sure you can, or to share. I'm sure you can take that in by going to the Timberwolves website or their YouTube channel and following. It's 10:45. This is 9 to
Fan.
Vikes Bites! Vikes Bites brought to you by Thousand Hills Lifetime Grazed Grass-Fed Beef. You can shop online. A box of meat will show up at your doorstep. You can go and, of course, learn about regenerative agriculture, nutrient-dense meat, the farming process, and everything that goes into making this elite product from Thousand Hills. That's on the website, but Coburn's, Co-ops, Kowalski's locations as well. They're proud sponsors of Gophers Athletics, and we love Matt and everybody at the Clearwater, Minnesota company, Thousand Hills. Vikes Bites is kind of JJ Bites in regard to the fact that Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson was addressing the media yesterday, and I have some clips for you. and we're going to kind of mix and match with a few audio bits here. Starting, he's pumped to be here at OTAs.
It's definitely great to be out here early, to kind of get in the feel of, what this year is going to be like. Of course, getting the plays back, going through the plays again, and just being out here, just the whole feel is always a great vibe. So, when they asked for me to be here and asked for me to, be a part of it, it was a no-brainer.
And maybe it'll sound like this when he connects with the young QB.
McCarthy drops back. Fires to the end zone. Caught! That's a J4 connection for the touchdown. McCarthy to Jefferson, 60 yards. What a play.
Okay. J4, touchdown Vikings. All right.
Speaking of that connection, he has a growing relationship, he says, with the young QB.
I got to know him a lot last year, but, of course, him being my quarterback this year, being able to talk to him more, just pick his brain a little bit more, see what he likes, what he doesn't like, how he throws the ball, all of that is a big factor into a quarterback. So just trying to learn every bit that I can, even off the field, just trying to, chop it up and make sure, we're well connected.
You got to chop it up, and you know what? You got to be real connected on third down in the red zone, PA.
Third down, goal to goal. Vikings from the Packers' 6-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. He's Justin Jefferson. McCarthy under center, passes. Caught! Touchdown! The proud Papa to the showstopper! Touchdown, Vikings!
Woo!
Oh, he's big stopper. He's big papa. He's the show stopper. Man, the energy with these talkbacks is awesome.
I love it. Now, the thing for Justin Jefferson, he does note, this is going to be his third starting QB he's working with in 3 seasons.
It really doesn't matter who's throwing the ball. As soon as the ball gets close to my face, I'm going to, try to catch it. It doesn't matter how fast the ball is going, the spin of it, or if it's coming from a lefty or a righty. I mean, my job is to catch the ball. So I feel like it's more for the quarterback to see, the tempo of the routes, seeing how I run the routes, seeing the different moves that I add on to my routes. And I feel like, working with that is more of a, quarterback thing than a receiver thing.
PA, it might not matter who's throwing him the ball, but many Vikings fans will be interesting how it is heard on your home for Vikings football, The Fan.
Hey, boys. Corey, Farmington. 10 seconds to go. Left here at Lambeau Field. Vikings got the ball. Here we go, boys. Hut. Jet takes off. McCarthy scrambles. McCarthy rolls out. Fires it deep. Touchdown, and the plane has landed. Vikings victory over the Pack.
Okay.
Goal.
What do you think?
Yeah, the plane has landed.
Jets inside the 10, touchdown, and the plane has landed. The Vikings lead by 10.
That's not bad.
Yeah, especially since Delta is one of their biggest sponsors.
There we go.
You tie Delta to Jets, we're all flying free, brother.
Are you kidding me?
We're all on those special sneaky passes.
Well, I will say this. Just be careful. Just think about that liner sheet and how long that liner sheet can get on game days. This touchdown brought to you by Delta Airlines.
I know, on the vast and ever-expanding Polaris radio network.
Well, the thing with JJ, though, entering what, 6th season, correct? 2020 draft pick?
Yes.
I believe this is season 6.
1, 2, 3, yeah.
The highly touted and highly performing athlete senses some urgency in the mix.
I feel like just based off of last year, us, having 14 wins, the confidence is there. We have that confidence to say we have good players on this team to get to that point, to be a top, team in this league. So it's just all about just coming together, bonding as a team, which we did last year, and we felt like that team last year was a very special team. So just carrying on that same mindset to, making sure everybody is, together as one, and just coming out here and just putting in that work.
And we're expecting some urgency from the offense that might lead to an explosion of points.
Good morning, guys. This is Eddie from Roseville. And Mayday, Mayday, we got another bomb from JJ to JJ. Touchdown, Vikings.
McCarthy takes the snap, shakes the shoulders, fires over the middle. Mayday, Mayday. It's another touchdown for JJ. From JJ to JJ on this day. Touchdown, Minnesota. Our listening audience is the best. You guys are fantastic.
They're amazing. JJ Bites, thank you, Thousand Hills. And, JJ on the front end of these passes, JJ McCarthy. The other JJ / Jets, don't get confused, Justin Jefferson, thinks that the QB has matured in already just 1 year.
He understands the role that he has now. He understands that he is the starting quarterback at this moment. So I feel like, he kind of brings that with him to practice, knowing that he has to have that leadership. He's the captain of our team. So I feel like him being right beside me and him trying to learn as much as he needs to, I feel like just his awareness of the game and his intelligence has really grown.
Okay, well, what about his maturity and intelligence and just knowing how to operate when you need a touchdown?
Hey, guys, this is Kyle. I think you got a touchdown call you might like. McCarthy takes a snap at the Packers' 10-yard line. Throws it up sky high for Jets. He comes down with it. Touchdown! That was a mile-high club catch from the Jets. Mac Daddy making Jets jump.
Oh.
And the silence you hear is Lambeau Field.
But
the crisscross reference at the end.
Yeah, that was excellent.
He's on his mind.
It's like Packers fans would hear that and be like,
You can't talk that way and take it seriously.
but he just loves the purple and gold so much.
Because he's a homer. You don't think Paul Leonard's a homer?
Boss, can I keep doing that?
Stop him!
Yeah, but what about Milwaukee?
And the silence you hear is...
In
your face, Milwaukee!
Yeah, this is fun. This is cool.
And my final JJ bite for you here. In the end, everything included, doesn't matter who's throwing it to me. You got urgency. We want to win games. 14-3, all this. The fact of the matter is, at a base level, he just likes what he sees from the kid.
He definitely has an arm, that's for sure. He can definitely zip it whenever he needs to. And I try to kind of force it to him. It's just all about being confident. Just having that confidence out here and just going through the motions. Just let everything happen. Don't try to make, the best play every single play. Just going out there and just being himself.
And Justin Jefferson looks very good while adorning purple, as did the late Prince Rogers Nelson. May God rest his soul. Some dear friends of mine are performing in a show tomorrow night at the Parkway Theater in Minneapolis. I believe it's on Chicago. It's a birthday tribute to Prince. I just learned of this. I'm investigating it now. Very high probability. Yours truly will be in attendance tomorrow night. It's called Forever in My Life, and Dr. Mambo's Combo is part of it, which means it'll be second to none. A birthday tribute to Prince. TheParkwayTheater.com. TheParkwayTheater.com. And hopefully you have a great time. This is going to be absolutely fantastic. Geez, thanks for letting me know, dear friend. TheParkwayTheater.com. TheParkwayTheater.com. Forever in My Life, a birthday tribute to Prince tomorrow night. Alec Lewis of The Athletic covers the Minnesota Vikings, assumedly for profit. He'll join us in studio around the corner. You're listening to The Fan.